Good day, fellow marketers. My name is Howard Martell, known as the Home Profit Coach here in Hampton Roads, Virginia. And I wanted to put together a a very poignant thing. What does it take to succeed in business online and off? If you want to reach out to me or want to know more about me, you can go to facebook.com/Howard.Martell, just like it says down below. That's my website. What you see here is the perfect food for the perfect body. It's a 10-in-1 meal replacement shake. It came to America. It's in Mexico. It's in Canada. We are looking at expanding next year in the first quarter of 2025 to 38 countries in the European area. So we're very excited about it. So without further ado, I'm going to share out my screen, and I need to go here to this. Just bear with me.
And go straight down.
Which means everyone can take your brand and sip it, work in it, gift it.
We never hear any stories about people that start in the middle and go straight down. Okay. And I went straight down and then down and then down.
I'd like to believe that I could look in the mirror and tell myself I'm great and then I'd feel it. But if you're destroying yourself the other 23 hours and 56 minutes, the self-talk isn't going to matter. Rich people do not value money the way poor people do. I think a lot of us, if we grew up poor, we believe it takes money to make money. Our parents told us that. Maybe a grandparent or the neighbor or somebody said that to us because that was how they justified not having their breakthrough and getting trapped. They're like, the reason I didn't get out. And we know everybody's got an excuse in their lifetime. Everybody uses them at some point in their lifetime to trap themselves. This idea that it's not true, it's a myth.
What do all these successful people have in common? You know, whether it was the mattress dealer, the car dealer, the furniture dealer, or Elon Musk, they spend money, man. You know, they spend money. They spend a lot of money. And they don't worry about money the way I was worried about it. They used money. You know, they used it. They didn't save it. They didn't hoard money.
Mm-hmm.
And the greatest companies on this planet today, the ones that have some of these companies have lost money for 25 years. Look at Amazon.
Yeah.
Reinvest. 1.7 million employees. When I started, I remember I looked at Ernst Young. I said, I have a buddy that worked at Ernst Young. I said, how many employees you got? He's like, 240,000.
Wow.
And I'm worried about 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
What am I thinking?
Mm.
So when I quit studying individuals and started studying people, everything shifted for me. What is this big company doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because that also relieved me of being competitive with this guy, Pete, and started saying, okay, I'm going to go do what Coca-Cola does. That's when I bought the plane.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
How old were you when you bought the plane?
I was 50, maybe 55, the first one. I bought it because I studied what Coca-Cola was doing. They bought planes. I said, why are they buying planes? Oh, then I learned how they write them off. And then I learned how they trade them every 3 years.
That's crazy.
So notice every 3 years, I'm trading a plane. I'm getting rid of it, replacing it with another one. But what are they using it for? They don't use it for pleasure. They're not using it for Instagram photos.
Right.
They're using it to go and set up headquarters in other countries.
Wow.
You know, so that's when I wrote, if you're not first, you're last, because when I started studying these companies, I'm like, Coca-Cola's everywhere. You can't go any place and not see Coca-Cola. I was like this big. I was always thinking about what can I keep?
Mm-hmm.
And they were thinking about how many shells can we get on? How many eyeballs can we see?
Mm-hmm.
So that's when it all clicked for me.
Rich is not just synonymous with money. Rich is synonymous with living. You know, when I think of money, all money really is energy. And it's energy in movement. And we don't circulate money particularly well in this world or in this country. It gets accumulated. And when things get accumulated, energy stops moving. So one way that we can begin to move money, as an example, is to have it become more meaningful to move it.
If you hoard your money, a few things happen. You get sick, and then you have to pay for the medical bills.
Really?
Yeah, or like your kids do something bad, and then you have to pay for the damage. So money needs outlet. So it's so interesting how money flows. And if you don't let out money energy's outlet, it's gonna get bad. It's like a pond. If there's no flow, the water gets bad, and then the next flow comes in. So here comes money EQ, the trust part. Trust is the hardest part of money EQ. You have to have the trust that once you let go of money, it comes back. So you don't have the trust. That's why you start worrying. That's why you have doubts about yourself.
Life is about an expression of spirit. Life is an expression of itself, and it gets constrained by story. How can I be more artfully expressing who I am fully in a joyous way and accepting life as it comes to me without precondition? That gives me an opportunity to move beyond my story, and it also gives me an opportunity to really identify where my story is constraining me.
You have to find your place, your seat, your reserved seat is what I call. A lot of people try to sit on other people's seat, which is wrong because your seat is reserved somewhere else. And if you don't sit on other people's seat, what happens is that you get so depressed, and then you feel so meaningless, so and all that, because you cannot really feel life. But once you sit on your seat, you are so deeply connected with your life purpose. Then you start, your magnetism gets turned on.
For most people, what they do is exterior driven. It's driven by what we think others think we should have. It's not what we think we should have. And having a new iPhone, having a new watch, having an increased bank account may give me peripheral satisfaction, but deep emotional meaning is usually not going to be there. We have a poverty of meaning, particularly in the Western world, that is driven by rampant consumerism, thinking that we're going to replace this whole. And if people can stop and think about what's meaningful to them, why am I alive? What can I be doing that will bring inherent meaning to who I am and why I'm here? That makes a big difference.
The first thing I would teach is money is fun. So if your kids know that money is fun, so we used to sit on the dinner table, just say, I have this, say, $10,000 to donate. What do you want to do? You can, help rescue the animals. You can help the environment. You can help the homeless people. What do you want to do? And when we give presents, what would you want to do? So my daughter grew up thinking money can do so many wonders. So if all our kids learned money is a magical wand to make people happy, I think people are more excited about getting the money. So they have no negative ideas about money. Imagine what if all the child have never been scolded for wasting their money. I think we'll be so stress-free, because a lot of worries come from the need for survival, and it's attached to money.
Right.
So once we are free of money stress, I think our life would be so different.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you can teach money is a fun thing, that is a great starter.
Okay. Number one, teach them money is fun.
Right. And also, even though your child is growing up with a positive attitudes, your friends may not. So they're trying to compete with you of how much they have allowances, or like, this is my new iPhone something,
yes.
or like, this is my sneakers, or whatever that is. And then people try to manipulate you with emotions. So if you start teaching, you feel bad about money, you feel ashamed of money, you feel guilty about around money. We all feel some emotions.
Yes.
So if you start teaching emotions about around money, I think your kids will be emotionally free.
There are more than 50 hormones that go through your bloodstream, and they control just about everything you can imagine. Hormone imbalances can...
One way I frame it is this next 30 years will dictate the next 300 years.
What do you own that is unique? What do you have that's uniquely yours? What data do you have? What processes do you have? What assets do you have? That as the tech changes, you can take that data and those assets and put it through the new tech.
Every single person needs to be trained in AI and using these chatbot auto GPT tools and absolutely augment themselves 10, 20, 100x.
I view what's going on in the business world today similar to the 20-kilometer asteroid that struck the Earth 65 million years ago and wiped out the dinosaurs, right? The asteroid changed the environment of Earth so rapidly, so dramatically, that the slow lumbering dinosaurs who didn't adapt went extinct. And it was the furry little mammals, our ancestors, that were agile enough to adapt that survived and thrived. So the asteroids striking Earth right now are exponential technologies with AI as the overlord there. And it's just going to change the environment so rapidly that you need agility. You need a team that is agile. When you digitize any product or service, and every single product and service is or will be digitized. And if you're a CEO running a company where your services are not digitized, you're in trouble because someone else is going to do it to you.
Yeah, if you look back in history, maybe 50, 70 years ago, it needed about a 10,000 person company to create $1 billion valuation.
That's crazy.
Right? Then it dropped to about 1,000 people. Instagram was 13 people. Right? Now we'll get it down to 3 people because AI will handle most of the execution work. You'll have a CEO who will drive vision and product, a product guy who will focus just on getting things done, and an operations person that'll handle everything else. And you should just have AI bots doing all the finances, marketing, et cetera, et cetera.
So one of the things I'm doing in the companies that I'm running or advising or investing in is I'm saying, first of all, every company needs to have what I call a chief AI officer. And it's a role I made up, was teaching at Abundance 360 this year. And it is not someone who's building a large language model for you or writing code for you. It's an individual who understands what's going on in the terrain, because we're seeing not hundreds or thousands, tens of thousands of startups. Everybody, you can start an AI company now with literally spare time in your garage. So understanding what's out there, what the modalities are, and what you can and should be using is critical. So your chief AI officer is scanning the horizon, understanding it, and then advising members of your team. So every part of your team, right? There's going to be AI supporting sales and marketing and engineering and HR. We're all going to have, in the near term, an AI co-pilot, right? This is an AI that helps you do your job better because we are so limited as carbon life forms. But ultimately is going to be able to operate and do a number of the things repetitively, because we do a lot of repetitive tasks, and AIs are much better at that.
If you have an email newsletter that goes out, use ChatGPT to say, how would I increase the engagement rate with this email? We did that. We got a 25% increase open rate.
Can you feed it the email?
You feed it the email.
Yeah.
And
so
just say, how do I make this
headline.
better?
Yeah.
Come up with a better headline.
Or put in social sharing links throughout it. Or say, listen, I'm in HR. Go to ChatGPT, open it up right now. Hopefully you have the GPT-4 version of it, and say, I'm in HR. How should I be using generative AI in my business? It'll feed you, give me 5 examples or 10 examples. Pick the one that sounds good. Give me step-by-step instructions on how to use this. It's recursive in that fashion. And so you're going to use AI to help you learn what you want to know. It comes back a lot to mindset, Tom, and you need the mindset of a kid here. Curiosity, absolute play. It's like, one of the things I'm going to be doing in my team, my PhD Ventures that runs Abundance 360 and a few others, we're setting aside 3 days and no homework coming out of these 3 days. We're going to go in with a series of objectives, and we're going to actually crank for 3 days and generate all the content, all the plans. And you can, but it takes time for all of us to switch from our old habits of how we do things to new ways. So the first time it's going to take 150% of your time. The next time will take 50%, then 25%.
Is this the business I'm going to start? With 20 hours of focused effort, most people can be pretty decent at something, whether it's guitar, it's singing, even cold calling. If you actually cold called for 20 hours, focused effort, you'd be decent. But most people spend years waiting to do the first hour. And so I like thinking about things in terms of directionally correct rather than will I hit it or not? Because it's easy psychologically for us to say yes, no, honest, dishonest, etc. But it makes making decisions really hard. Because you're like, is this the path for me? Whereas well, if I started something, I would be more likely to be successful than if I did not start anything. And from there, I will gain experience and perspective to then make the next iteration on the main thing. And most people had a graveyard of failures before they had their actual first success. What amount of action would it be unreasonable for me not to be successful? And so for me, it's like, I believe that if you do 10,000 cold calls, you'll get better. Like, it would be unreasonable for you not to be good. Like, after that level of effort, if you take half your paycheck every month or a third of your paycheck every month and you say, I'm going to advertising university, which is I'm going to spend money actually advertising, trying to get people to click on this thing and give me their name and phone number. If you go and you spend that amount of money on actually advertising, after a year, after 2 years, you'll probably be pretty good. Especially if you join a community of other people who are doing the same thing, right? You got mentors who have done and can give you frameworks that you can just work off so you can shortcut your path to success. It becomes unreasonable that you wouldn't be more successful in the future than you are today. Just embrace the suck. And so it's like, how can I normalize no's? So it's like, if I'm teaching somebody to sell, it's like, dude, I need you to get 100 no's. And the thing is, all of a sudden, if the no becomes the goal, then they realize that it's about the process and not the outcome. And then they will become better salespeople because they stop being afraid of it. The same thing, like, for training a salesperson, I want them to hear the gasp, right? Which is like, you say a price over the phone. Everyone's afraid of saying the price. It's like, dude, if you didn't get a gasp, you didn't go high enough.
Right.
And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, you failed. Terrible sale. They didn't gasp. They're like, really? And so then it flips it and becomes a point of pride. It's like, oh, I got it. You should hear the gasp on this one. And so all of a sudden they stop being afraid. We normalize, we do like exposure therapy and things that people are most afraid of. And I hope that with all the stuff that we do, that we can do that in a microwave for at least a handful of people. So they just start doing and realize that they're going to gain perspective, and the light of their knowledge will give them the next foot. But the thing is, they're stuck on the first one, trying to take the first path when they had no idea what to do. They should focus on one thing in general, rather than lots of different things that you're not sure about. Because if you're starting out, everything looks like an opportunity. So the correct answer is all of them are opportunities, but all of them won't work unless you pick one, right? So you have to say no to all the other mistresses. So boom, you pick one. And then from there, I always say 6 figures is sell something to someone. That's it. And if you want more detail, sell something to someone. So it's one avatar, one product, one channel. So you don't have to figure out, how do I create 20 pieces of content across? It's like, just pick one channel, one media source, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, Twitter. Consistently start going on that, whether that's cold outbound, whether that's content, whether it's running paid ads, whether it's affiliates, word of mouth, whatever it is. And start reaching out to people there to start selling your stuff. You have to learn how to advertise, which I define as the process of making known. So how do you let other people know about the stuff you sell? And then once people engage with whatever advertisement you have to sell them. So advertising is the first skill, selling them is the second skill. And then product would be the third skill, which is the thing that you're ultimately advertising and selling. So usually once people do it in the beginning, they're sporadic, they're not consistent with it. Just the act of doing the same thing every day usually gets people to 100,000 a month, which sounds crazy to probably people listening, but most people who think that's crazy also haven't done it consistently for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
And so I use something that I call the rule of 100, which is 100 primary actions, whether that's 100 minutes of content creation per day, 100 reach outs per day, $100 of ad spend per day. Like, you have to pick one of them, but 100 per day. You do that for 100 days, and I promise you'll be making 6 figures. Also, I feel like 2 parts of the audience that like follow my stuff. I've got the business owners who are trying to scale a business, etc., and then I've got all the people who want to start a business, and usually they're a little bit younger and whatnot. And I think there's a misnomer around like education. And so a lot of them, I don't know how explicit I can be, but like they mentally masturbate to watching lots and lots of videos. They, want the pump up speeches. They buy the tickets to the things. Mm-hmm. And I think that they think that exposure to information is learning. And I don't think that's true, or at least it hasn't been for me.
That's
so
definitely not true.
And so when I do the original rule of 100 and whatnot, it's because I think it's the most effective way to learn, which is you force yourself on the one controllable that you have, which is the activities that you can take. And then it goes with the underlying assumption that you go off feedback and you're like, well, that opening message did not work, right? And then I think most people have a dramatic underestimation of how much volume it takes to be successful. You get the skill from the volume, the feedback from the volume. And there's all these like little things. I'm sure it's like from the exercise world, because you come from that. Like when you squat, first time you squat, you're orienting yourself to your environment. You're barely actually squatting. You're just looking like you have a bar on your back. But you learn so much between that first rep and your 10,000th rep of squats. And so I think for most people, it's like, if I can just decrease the action threshold for people to begin and be okay with the fact that they're going to suck, and it is okay to suck. You should expect to suck, and it would be unreasonable for you to be good if you haven't done it before.
We're going to stop sharing that. So that's the power of motivation that I like listening to be able to rev me up. So he talked about content creation. So I have the ability to create content through a program called Social Ocratin AI 3.0. I have the ability to be able to provide content like that using AI for any niche market. So whether you're a dentist, chiropractor, whatever, we have niche markets for you. So reach out to me. I'd love to be able to work with you. And it was introduced to me by one of my good mentors who's got earningcoachmarketing.com, Marvin Drobes, who's running and helping me I have a sales bot on my ACI Plus Elite, which I'll demonstrate real quick. Since we got some time, so I'm going to go to share screen again. Where's it at? And the cool part is it's all about engagement, people. And Marvin talked about this, right? So here's my AI bot right here. She's AI nutrition assistant. Hello, I'm your personal nutrition assistant. Are you ready to order and start having better health, right? So you see that? Let's go here to this. And what this does is this engages my audience, and I'm gonna demonstrate by going to my page where I'm at and stuff. So just bear with me. I just got to find where I'm at again, because let's go here to this. Let's view ACI. Okay, so let's ask it this. Yes, I would like more information about your product. And I have a person inside our accountability success group, Sandy, who's running this for me, and that's managing this for me. Oh, so see? So what it says is, sure, we offer two amazing products. You got the ACI Plus and the perfect food for the perfect body. ACI Plus is priced at this, and you can see this. I don't have to read this and pre-order. Now, you can choose to shop as a free member at a retail prices or sign up at the affiliate level at $99 a month for discounts and chance to earn commissions. Now, this is all explained. So yes, I would like to order. So if you can get a yes or no, right? It's going to give you step by step our process. Now, our process has changed where now when you go to my site, you don't have to sign up as a free shopper. You can go click on it, put your email address and your name, put your payment methods, and it's an easy, simple process like Amazon, right? So this is going to be changed to get to place your order. First, overhead to this. This is our my link, and this is my invite code. Okay, and so it does that. So let's say, what are the ingredients? What are some of the benefits of, let's go PFPB, perfect food for the perfect body. Now I've been on day 10 with this, people, and I love it. So this is why I'm using automation, how I'm using AI, because this is an AI bot that's actually communicating, and then I get logs sent to me on these communication things so I can follow up with people, and then I capture their information, right? But I also create a ability to communicate while I'm at my primary income thing. Because I do my business part-time, but I have a full-time attitude. I get up early. I've already had my incredible walk. I've done 3+ miles. I feel incredible. PFP offers a range of impressive benefits for your health. It's designed to support various aspects, comprehensive nutrition, okay, 21 essential vitamins, and it's energy boost, definitely. Conjugative function, how your brain functions, health improving focus, does that. Healthy aging, definitely does that. Heart health. This was created because our owner and our CEO, Mark Seaforth, had a massive heart attack. His story's included in here. All right. So what if I say, no, I'm not interested at this time. So you can say yes or no, and then it's flowing, and it's learning all the information that's inside. That's totally fine. If you have any questions in the future, need more, see, we wanted a casual conversation, people. So let's go over here like this. Let's click out of here. I want to show you a quick video before it's time to go. And this is our brand ambassador, Kevin Zorbo.
In today's world, the battle isn't just fought with swords or shields. It's won through resilience, endurance, and the right fuel to power your journey. I'm Kevin Sorbo, and I know what it takes to push the limits. That's why I trust PFPB. It's the ultimate blend of nature's best ingredients to keep you strong, focused, and unstoppable. With 27 essential vitamins and minerals, plus powerful superfoods like flaxseed and green tea extract, PFPB doesn't just fuel your body, it fuels your potential. Don't just live life, conquer it. PFPB is the perfect food for the perfect body. Fuel your potential. In today's world.
Sorry about that. Let's go back to my other thing. Let's go to here. Stop sharing again. So that's just a little tidbit. I just wanted to have some motivation. You know, what does it take to succeed in business online? You're talking about people that have been billionaires. Grant Cardone. I follow him. I read his book. See, as an entrepreneur myself, I've had a 30-year journey, and over the last 20, after I left the military from 1992 to 2012, I served in the U.S. military, 20 years, 10 days. I just got my official fleet reserve, which means I served 30 years totally. So I got my certificate of appreciation from the, yeah, you can't see that, but let me go here to settings and I'll show you. Let's go to my layout. There's none. So this is my certificate that I got, right? Certificate. I just got that in the mail yesterday. And the cool part, as you can see, you know, I've got clothes hanging up. This is real, people. And then I can go here and I can go boom like this, boom. See, I can do any background. And I've learned as a technology expert and stuff, especially in the cyber realm, that I'm able to successfully create content, but I'm learning how to do it. But I'm using AI. I'm using Meta to create incredible ads. I'm using Meta to answer questions on certain things, and it's in getting engagement, right? And then I also have a program called NVIDIA Video that allows me to create quick, pointed videos, beautiful videos. And one of them that I did, so hold on a second here, is this right here. So I wanted to show this real quick. So let me go here to go to present, share screen. I want to show you in the NVIDIA, right? This presentation. So let's go here.
If your wellness routine feels like a chore, you're missing out on ACII plus Elite Magic. Meet Sarah. Just a year ago, she struggled with fatigue and joint pain. Her energy was low and her zest for life had faded. Then Sarah discovered ACII plus Elite. Packed with natural ingredients, ACII plus Elite isn't just a health drink, it's a catalyst for change. Sarah started feeling more energetic, her joints felt better, and she found herself enjoying life again. She was more present for her family, more focused at work, and had the vitality to pursue her passions. And Sarah's story isn't unique. Thousands have experienced the rejuvenating effects of ACII plus Elite. It's designed to support immune health, reduce inflammation, and boost cognitive function. With ACII plus Elite, you're not just drinking a supplement, you're embracing a holistic approach to wellness. So why wait? Join Sarah and countless others in transforming your life with ACII plus Elite. It's more than a health drink, it's your path to lasting vitality. Visit aciplusselite.com and start your journey today.
So you see how I made that video, right? It's just a pure content. With that being said, take care, and I'm looking forward to you getting your perfect food for the perfect body. We are expanding. We are very, very happy. And yes, I hope this video inspires you in your business, whatever business that you're doing. If you're failing, Howard has traffic sources can help you also. I'm all about being a product of the product, but also be a solution provider. I learned that from the military, to compartmentalize and just grind every day, people. And I love what I do. I love serving, but I also serve a higher thing. I also have my own TV station at Good View TV Network. That's right. I got my own channel, Home Profit Coach. Watch my videos. Take care.